Somebody hit the button, quick. I think the button's been hit, and that would mean that we're live here in Vancouver. Welcome to Wednesday afternoon. Marijuana Man here. Al's squeamish, a little squeamish today.
A little bit. I wasn't quite ready for this.
He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't ready for the button to be hit. So,
All right, I'm ready now.
yeah, welcome to the show. Here we are, high atop Mark Emery's Cannabis Culture headquarters in downtown Vancouver. Joining me, as always, is Al the Alchemist and Kush Queen in between.
Hola, hola.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
What's new?
I don't know, to be honest. You just put
Okay,
me on
well,
the spot.
I wasn't actually gonna,
Nothing's new, actually.
I wasn't actually going to do that section anyway.
No, fuck, you just always do that to me.
Yeah, what's new?
I have to think up what's new really quickly.
Yeah.
Come on, you haven't bought shoes lately?
We'll,
I did go shopping yesterday.
Duh.
And I did get a new pair of Timberland boots, which made me really excited, and two new hats, and some
There you-
clothes.
Aren't you sorry you asked, Greg?
just,
Hey, what's
they're
going
on?
so
Hey!
popular.
It's Neckenstein.
Yeah.
Johnny
So,
B is in the house.
How you doing, bro?
John B. in the house.
You look good.
So we'll get a chat up here in a second somehow.
Yeah, I don't know who you are,
So, yeah.
where you're from.
Just to remind everybody, today's show will be based on actual events. So,
What?
yeah. Not so much being made up, but
I
all the names
prepared
have
for a
been
whole
changed to
different show.
protect nobody's
You brought
innocence.
jars for a different show.
Really?
No, it's actually the napkin.
Oh,
Yeah, we've been being catered to all afternoon. It's getting a little tedious. Eh?
Well, I had prepared for the champagne and caviar show, so naturally the catering service came in, and I didn't realize it was this show we were doing. And kind of you guys can go take care.
Yeah. Well, just so you
You're
know,
dismissed.
we do the show here at no profit to us whatsoever.
Sometimes at deficit.
It feels like that, right?
yeah.
But the perks are unbelievable.
Take care, Johnny B.
The use of the private jets, the fucking trips to Florida. You know, all expenses paid.
Florida.
Trip to Florida.
Florida.
No, we're thrilled to be here once again, and glad that you live viewers could join us. And for those of you who are watching at a later date, I don't even know what to say to that. The future is friendly. I hope it's nice in the future. I hope there hasn't been an apocalypse between now and when you have decided to sit down and watch the show.
And a big hello from the past,
Hi.
Nothing.
which currently is the present.
There is nothing creepier than a hello from the past. Let me tell you. Yeah. So we've got Jer at the helm over here as well today, and Alyssa's in the house. Rose is here joining us today, and Anne and Victoria. Wow, we are blessed to have friends everywhere. Thanks a lot for everybody who's tuned into our shows on this thing called YouTube. Huh. Different than InnerTube. It's more of an introspective web page. It's like Facebook.
Inner tube?
Yeah, InnerTube. Who makes up jokes quicker than this show? Like, really?
Tune in to the colonoscopy channel next on InnerTube.
That's right. Based on actual events. So,
Too soon? Too soon.
Yuck,
way
yuck, yuck.
too soon. Yeah, talking about too soon, I watched the Grammys the other night. Holy fuck.
Oh, what a bore.
What what a nightmare that was for a big time, top of the heap TV show.
I
and
watch the ounces now. I
spectacular.
used to watch the Grammys.
It was,
The ounces.
yeah, the 80s.
Eighties.
Oh, we're clever. But yeah, it was, in my mind, the only good music they had, and they were lucky that it went like this, is because so many fine artists died this past year that they had tributes to, or they wouldn't have had any good music at all. So, good on you, Glenn Fry.
Did they have a Motorhead tribute?
They did do a tribute to Lemmy.
Really?
And that was one of the better moments, actually. A band,
who rocked out on the Lemmy tribute?
Hollywood Vampires.
Don't know who that is.
That is Alice Cooper, Joe Perry, and the all-popular Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, that's the name I was looking for. I'm like, didn't he
Really,
do
eh?
something with them? That's
Yeah.
right. I was like, what the hell?
They rocked
What
it
an
out hard.
odd fucking band.
They've actually put an album together, and it's cover songs of all people who are dead. And it's pretty good, actually. That, you know, it's not just those guys. There's a host of musicians. Joe Walsh he is fucking everything right now. He is in every band. He's on every stage. He is the fucking thing.
Ain't on my stage.
I see him everywhere.
Just kidding.
Oh, yeah. He was at my house last night, for Christ's sakes. I didn't even know he'd be there, but he came and
Oh, he
played.
surprised you.
Yeah, he just came over and played because he plays with everyone. Him and Dave Grohl, actually. They are the two hottest guys in the music industry right now. I'm just saying. Yeah. Lady Gaga, that was the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Her tribute to David Bowie. Holy fuck. She looked like Barbara Streisand, crooning through this shit. Like she was singing with Tony Bennett or something, singing this. It was unbelievably bad. And, whoa, there's so much. LL Cool J, fucking sad crap. Like, really? Come on. Adele, that was fucked up. Completely, technically fucked up.
Yeah.
The microphone,
The
it
mic
was
was
just her and a piano player, right? The mic and the piano fell down onto the strings. And for some reason, that made her sound really flat. I don't know what was going on. And then you could hear an acoustic guitar from somewhere. It turned out to be Justin Bieber warming up before his set in the back.
Oh my god.
Somebody screwed up.
So,
Getting ready for his
no, pretty bad all
fucking-
around. So,
little jam out that he did with Jack, you, and Diplo.
yeah,
Where
it
are
was just
you now that I
sad
need
shit.
you?
But I don't know. I had just watched the induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the day before, which fucking rocked. And these people are all about rock and roll and fucking fuck you and Iggy Pop, and you know, so it was a bit different of an atmosphere. But holy cow, for the mainstream stuff, huh? So yeah,
Tisk,
we're
tisk.
just getting underway with 420 preparations here in Vancouver. We're expecting to be a big day, big show here downtown. Maybe as many as 50,000 people might make it in for the day. I don't know. But if you
It's
can be
usually
anywhere
pretty
near the
crazy.
place, you should be here. It's going to be fun. We've just started talking location and stage and sound and all this other stuff recently. Tomorrow we got a meeting with the city. About 200 city officials apparently are coming to the meeting. Somebody might have told them there would be weed. I'll remember.
There's going to be special
Yeah, oh,
brownies.
there might be
That's
weed.
why.
So, yeah, that should, it broke in the news that the city asked us to move the event. Well, they didn't ask us to move it. They said that we couldn't do it at the art gallery anymore because that was going to be under construction. So we needed to find another place. So we looked at all the options, and Sunset Beach was our choice. And, of course, that hit the news, and now the city is going, because the journalists, the way they will write a story, will implicate the city in making the decision for it to be at
Did you see
Sunset
the
Beach.
old cow on the news? Oh God, who lives across the street? I'm gonna have to leave, and I don't even know how long these events go on for. And, oh, you poor thing! You fucking wake up there every morning. Fuck.
No.
You're
Everybody who-
blessed. Shut up.
Everybody who lives in that neighborhood, this will be the best day for your lungs that you will ever have in the West End. Do you know
Lives.
what's seeping up into your bedroom window from a car? For fuck's
They're all gonna
sakes!
have the best sleep and not know why.
Yeah.
You know?
She's worried she's going to have complications with her asthma. Yeah, it'll be better for that day. And if you went down into there and bought a bunch of weed and took it, you'd feel great. So, but they are going berserk a little bit, so we're going to have to go to the city hall tomorrow and settle them down a little bit. But it is fun. Get thrown into the middle of the fray like that. But we'll see. One of the big things that came out was that it was going to be on the beach at the park where you can't smoke in the park. And that's what's gonna, you can't do that. Right? They're all just fucking going nuts. But
You
somebody's,
don't smoke anywhere except for in the middle of the goddamn road, really. Fuck.
see,
Or here. I mean, we could throw it here, but
the important thing about that is that we don't really care. This is it.
it's a
Right? It
protest.
doesn't matter to us that you think that we shouldn't smoke. Like, come on. So, you don't want us to have this at all as the basis of the city's position. They would like to get rid of it completely. So,
Too bad. We're doing it.
pamphlet the neighborhood with rolling papers and roaches. That's what we'll do, and we'll like really. It's not like,
Rollies, grinder,
see, it's not my.
notepad. What and how and who and when.
It's not my fault that the media just heard about this for the first time and that they come at it like fucking school children. Oh my
There's
god,
probably not
really?
even a problem. The media just
Right?
likes to take everything
yeah,
and
they-
run with it.
They do. They like to find
Like
any
they just
angle
fucking
they can.
spiral out of control
So
to the point where
that
they can't sleep at night. It's just pathetic.
that'll be interesting. So another big kind of gaffe thing in the world. Marco Rubio, who is a candidate for the Republican Party in the United States, he put out a video campaign the other day, and it starts off with a beautiful panning shot of a cityscape, and it says, "As America wakes up." And it's a shot of Vancouver. They pan across the Vancouver harbor, and in fact, there's a boat in the foreground with a Canadian flag in it. Right? Now, I don't remember what else was said after that, but, you know, as America wakes up, Canada doesn't give a fuck. Right? And you can't find us on a map, so we don't give a shit what you think about it. The Americans can't find themselves on a map overwhelmingly, and that's been proved, right? Like 85% of all Americans cannot find their fucking self on a map. Come on. So I don't think it's going to hurt Marco because they don't know where Vancouver is anyway. Or ooh, there's a city. Now, Mark said something to me that was interesting the other day. He says lots of interesting things to me. He always has a point of view that you really hadn't thought of before, really, right? And we were talking about legalization, and he said, you know, there's a big difference between us activists and what we would like to see happen in legalization and the general public who don't give a shit, right? Or are very happy to have marijuana available to them when they didn't before, right? And so it opened my eyes up a little bit to how I might relax my point of view a tad, and we're always reaching for perfection in our endeavors, but so keep that in mind. Activists are a little different than the general public here. And of course, the chiefs of police in Canada are no different than they've ever been. They're demanding. They want the feds to remind people marijuana isn't legal yet. It's not legal yet. We're going to arrest you up to the last fucking second.
Last moment.
Eh? That's the message that they want to
About
put
you.
out.
What?
You're being really quiet, they say.
I am. I'm deep in thought.
There we
The,
go.
the
You
police.
got your answer.
I'm in a contemplative moment constantly.
That's right.
Whatever. Don't judge.
The
Alone
police
in a
say that
crowd.
they have to be dealing with too many people trying to jump the gun on the government's promise to legalize. Interesting choice of words, jump the gun. But, right? There's been an increase in illegal marijuana dispensaries. Right? This is what the cops say. Nanaimo shut down 3. Halifax shut down 1. Toronto. Here in Saskatoon. Right? We want to stay ahead of this as much as we can. We want to arrest as many people as we possibly can until you say we shouldn't. Until you legalize it. You fucks. Really? The government has certainly addressed the idea that prohibition is a failed thing, and now you say that you want to do it right till the last second. How come nobody challenges these dopey cops on what they have to say? Not one journalist challenges one of their statements, ever. We get to make our stupid little comments in the fucking thing below, as long as you sign up to their newspaper. Right?
Which always takes forever.
Or you have to be signed up to Facebook so you can make a comment. Who gives a fuck if you do anyway, really? Like, really? Come on. Every marijuana story in Canada fills up so fast with comments that they just shut it down by that afternoon anyway. So it's kind of lame. But the cops are saying the charges would be trafficking because you're trafficking in substances you're not allowed to have. Maybe proceeds of crime. It's very serious offense.
It's a very
Till
serious
we
offense.
legalize it in a few months.
Oh,
It's a very
God.
serious offense now, but it won't be then.
Just cracks me up.
But they get the press, right? Every fucking news outlet in Canada picked up that story. Every fucking one of them, right? And they all do. They all pick up this nonsense and run with it, right? It's like this verbal memory impairment story that got picked up by Time Magazine, for fuck's sake. CNN. Everybody gets
Well, that's
to
actually
hear
what
it.
I'm experiencing. Verbal memory impairment.
Oh, no.
Verbal memory loss.
No, you sound great.
Well, I do now. I was experiencing it.
That's why I'm so quiet.
I mean,
No. So here's
that's
the
all you
big-
guys get.
Big story here in Canada. Tweed, the notorious lousiest,
oh God, I hate
LP.
this story.
they've just signed a deal with Snoop Dogg to be their representative. So Tweed's going from fake marijuana to a Snoop Dogg and Pony show.
To faker marijuana.
Eh? Now these people, and here's the sub headline. It said professor calls the deal a way to shift from medical marketing to recreational users. They went to a professor
Really?
to figure that out, right? Now I gotta say that the people who are involved in Tweed, these people really sound like they're just thugs. Right? They really, the way they talk, their point of view,
I wanna
they
say it's
just sound
420.
like thugs.
I think so.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Well, it's like 419-ish.
Ish.
Now,
Your lighter?
Thank you for that.
the Tweed says that they've been courting Snoop Dogg for 2 years. Now, here's the thing. Why the fuck haven't you been
They've been sending him flowers and
Yeah.
chocolates, and Buddy from Tweeds, their master grower, wrote him a song. It's like
So-
sent him a mixtape of like all his favorite love songs. There's like some Depeche Mode on there.
Depeche Mode.
I wonder
They've just
why
been
they
courting him
didn't.
for a while.
I wonder why they didn't search out anybody from Canada. Tweed, fuck off. How about that? just for that, fuck off. Here's the second thing that you should fuck off about. Snoop Dogg. Idiots. The fuck does he know or represent anything to do with marijuana? Not one thing. He's a rapper who smokes weed. That's it, that's all. He doesn't grow weed, he doesn't fucking invent weed, he doesn't breed weed, he doesn't fucking do anything. He just
He's not an
smokes
activist?
weed. He's the Matt Murnaugh of the fucking rap world.
That's hilarious. yes.
Now, and that's and that's not to insult Matt. Right? No, really, when you think about it, Snoop Dogg is he's nothing in terms of a face for your business. Particularly, you're in the business of selling medical marijuana. You talk medicine and you bring in Snoop Dogg?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Oh my God.
That was a contractual thing.
It's such a joke, like really. And I got a feeling. Here's what this Bruce Linton is the CEO of Tweed. This guy is just straight out of fucking somewhere, boy.
He's a real piece of work, that guy.
No, they've just got so lucky here to make millions of dollars. I got a feeling they're run totally by organized crime. The weed's coming in the back door from that fucking scenario.
No, I think it's going out
Right.
the back door
And
to
going
that scenario.
both ways, right? Now he said that when they asked him
No,
what
I'm just whatever.
when they asked him what
I think that about
Snoop's going to be, he says initially
Master Kush.
Snoop's being called in as a key icon advisor. A key icon. He's the Uncle Spliffy of tweeds, right? Meaningless drivel. And that goes to all of the celebrity endorsed marijuana, right? I don't care that Willie Nelson is selling weed. The fuck does he know about weed? He's a country singer. Always has been, always will be. Smokes weed. So what? So does Matt Murnaugh. Right? I don't care. The strain
Murnaugh's
Willie...
a country singer?
No. Not even good.
I think
He's
that
a-
would be a great album.
He's a suburban singer. No, but the strain Willie Nelson is nice.
Got some right here.
The real one.
Got some
Right.
right here.
But Willie Nelson doesn't know anything about weed. Roseanne Barr announced that she's going to have a dispensary. She doesn't know anything about weed. None of these people know anything about weed. So what difference does it make? They're just putting their face on toilet paper. The same fucking, right? They're just endorsing a product, not a good product. They are not in any way influencing the quality of that product. And if they are, I don't want to smoke your kush, Snoop. I watched Snoop's show, and I mentioned it before. He didn't mention the word marijuana. He didn't have any marijuana on his desk. All he had on his desk was shit that you could buy from him. Eh? Because he's a key icon advisor to all those products that you can buy from him. Eh? What the
Well, now he'll have weed on his desk.
No, he won't if he's getting it from Tweed. No. And I got a feeling
I sometimes think a lot of those dudes will smoke anything.
I got a feeling that.
They
Oh yeah,
will,
they do.
Probably.
I had Spliff Star. He's the singer with fucking Busta Rhyme. They were here partying with us one night. So Spliff, I'm talking to him. I say, so what do you guys smoke down in Southern Cali? Oh, OG Kush, man. OG Kush. OG. He's all about it, all about it. So I disappeared for a bit, went and grabbed a big sack of Burmese that I had that was just fucking beautiful. I put that down in front of him. He opened up, smelled it. He said, oh, man, OG Kush. All right. So I got a feeling a lot of people just refer to stuff OG Kush as just weed, any weed. All right, it's just
Something
like
good.
saying pot or weed or grass.
Killer.
OG Kush is weed.
Yeah.
But,
It's a grade of a good
Yeah, exactly.
good quality
This
cannabis.
Is good weed. Oh, it's OG.
so I don't know how much these how much influence. I'm not sure I'm going to go hunt down the Marley strand of fucking blackweed. Black, red, and yellow weed they got. That's
I
it.
mean, I would
will say hunt down with the Congolese,
I would
though.
expect that, like, you know, somebody like Snoop knows a little bit about the marketing of it, like the
well,
because you got to think of where they come from, right? These guys came from the street. They were
yeah, but he just
probably moving major packs of not just
But then he
weed,
just
but
signed a
whatever.
deal with Tweed,
Yeah.
so right, and we know what their weed's like.
Oh yeah, that's. He definitely didn't do any diligence or didn't practice due diligence.
No.
And
Well, I got a
sample their
feeling,
menu.
too,
or they gave him some buds that just aren't on their menu.
I got a feeling he might get himself out of that situation because the backlash will be strong enough. People don't.
Yeah,
fucking-
it's like, man, that weed
buy it.
sucks.
So you're in the medical
Like,
marijuana
seriously,
realm
Snoop,
here
Snoop.
now.
That weed sucks.
Yeah,
it
come
really
on, dude.
does. It's really bad weed.
Come
Like,
here.
Super bad weed. It's like I don't even know how to describe how shitty it is. Like, there's better weed on the street in the Dominican. You go to Puerto Plata, you're gonna get better weed on the street than what Tweeds has to offer, Snoop. I'm just saying, it's got it's bad weed.
It doesn't burn, and that is the problem.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves, actually, with when it comes to cannabis.
Yeah.
They don't burn.
Yeah, it's
Something
pretty.
wrong with
It's
it.
pretty jokey out there. I gotta say, with all this, the people lining up to get involved. Now, here's a little article in some Canadian paper. It says, "Will marijuana legalization push the pusher out of business?"
Push the push.
Right? They just wanted to say that in a headline. They didn't really care about having an actual article to go with it or anything, but they made one of those up too, so they could say "push the pusher" because somebody said it at lunch.
Yeah.
That's a great headline.
I really
Fucking
like
golden.
That. Let's use that today. This afternoon we'll use it.
But here's interestingly enough how it went. Drug dealers in Canada may soon have to contend with the biggest business competitor they've ever faced, the federal government. One Montreal dealer who spoke on the condition of anonymity said that like any businessman, he's worried about how marijuana legalization will affect the bottom line of his low-key one-man operation. He's a one-man operation, so he's growing it. He's doing everything, right? I guess maybe he's not a one-man operation. He says, "I just want to be able to pay a few bills." All right. Now, that Montreal dealer believes having good quality legal marijuana at a decent price is the biggest threat to his business. Because he's got really
he's-
overpriced lousy
He's
weed.
selling shitty weed for a really high buck right now.
So here's what he says. He says, "Tonight, let's say that you want to smoke a joint, with your boyfriend. You're not going to come to me. You're going to go around the corner to the closest place. You're going to have to pick up 50 different strains." He says, "I won't have those customers anymore."
Step up your game, son.
Duh. Like, really? That's exactly what'll happen. People will have a choice. It'll be cheaper and it'll be better.
And it'll force everybody else to step up their game, and it'll create just a way better world for the pot smoker.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're destined to have much better weed. Like, what a stupid little article, though. Like, couldn't a journalist at some point go, "Well, this is so fucking obvious and
Yeah, it's
stupid
pretty stupid.
that I shouldn't keep writing it, or this angle is dumb, but we got to say, push the pusher." So that's the key. That was the interesting thing.
Well, at least
Yeah.
at least for once, the headline and the story were.
It was actually
there's-
followed the
there's-
story. Yeah.
There was some sort of relationship between the headline and the story.
Now here's another stupid story out of Ontario. The Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation was running a fucking money-raising home giveaway, And they have pulled the prize home from the lottery after discovering that a neighboring homeowner has a Health Canada license to grow marijuana for personal consumption. They pulled their fucking prize home out of the contest because they found out that a legal marijuana garden was down the street. Are you? This was the
Not a prize home anymore. That neighborhood's ruined.
This was the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, folks. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God, this is absolutely disgusting.
You would think they would be giving away the fucking grow house down the street.
Yeah.
The fuck? All right, now that's all you get. That's it.
The organization learned last Friday that the prize house was located on a street where there have been multiple complaints against the licensed grow-up. Really? Like, really? Princess Margaret Cancer Center home lottery? Okay, let's look at these
fucking silly.
people, who they are, interestingly enough. Instead, what they're going to do,
Assholes.
they're going to give out
It's a group of
cash.
assholes run by bastards.
They're going to give out cash instead of the home now because they wouldn't want anyone near marijuana because they heard that marijuana can cure cancer. They must have heard that once. Really? Must have heard it once for them to go to that fucking degree. Instead of it saying, hey, you know, we've been hearing a lot of good things about marijuana. Maybe we should look towards that direction to help you people from dying. No, we don't want to give away a house to anyone near marijuana. Sick fucks. Really. Princess Margaret Center has 12 cancer site groups, 26 specialty clinics, 3,000 staff who deal with 400,000 patients a year.
And not one grow up or house down the road from a grow up.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching, cha-ching. They got an 800,000 square foot facility, 222 inpatient beds, 300,000 blah, blah, blah. They are the largest comprehensive cancer treatment center facility in the world. In the world. And these people are fucking smearing and running away from marijuana that they have only heard is actually helping people with cancer. Like, really? Really? That's pretty fucking bad. So when marijuana gets legalized and when they find out 100% for sure that it does help with people with cancer and maybe keeps cancer away, it will be my pleasure to see the Princess Margaret Cancer Facility go out of fucking business. Because of that. Not because they did anything. Right? Just go out of business because nobody's dying from cancer anymore. You sick fucking pricks. Sorry. That kind of bugs me. Really, like, the health community in this country will not even pretend to look at it, even though the only anecdotal evidence that has ever been brought forward has been positive. The only they go, oh, there's just anecdotal evidence, but it's all the same, that it works. And they go, we're health professionals, we shouldn't hear that something works. Why wouldn't they go, that's interesting. Why don't we start lobbying the government to let us fucking research it and find out more? But they don't do that. They're against it, totally against it, warning you of the risks. There's got to be risks. There must be risks. There has to be risks. What are we going to do if there's no risks? Like, really? What the fuck is that? If you haven't smoked pot, fuck off. Shut up. I'm tired of listening to you. If you haven't, you have no opinion. Knowledge in this world comes from fucking information and experience. If you have no experience, shut the fuck up. Because all you got is information, and that's worthless. The most worthless piece of information on this planet is fucking somebody's opinion. Isn't it? It can't be. It's the lowest form of fact. Rose taught me that.
True.
She showed me. Pointed out my opinion was the lowest form of affect. No. One of the smartest women I've ever met in my life, folks. So I don't take her opinions lightly. But really, I read and see the opinions of those who have all the time about marijuana. You go, really? How come it's so different than mine? My experience has been vast. Smoked a lot of weed for a long time. More weed than you can ever possibly imagine.
I'm still trying to figure out the difference between medical and recreational marijuana.
Well, Al, if you would come to the classes in the fucking morning.
Trying, man. Well, it's like
tell you.
it's like I've got varietals that I was smoking before I had a license. But before I had a license, they were kind of recreational. I mean, I guess the byproduct was medicinal, but they were,
Oh no,
you know,
it's all.
they were kind of being used recreationally, and now, I'm still
It's
like
emotional. It's all emotional.
well, that's the next thing. I think we should have.
And
We
revolution.
should have emotional cannabis. There's recreational, there's medical, there's sports, and I think we should have emotional.
Emotional.
Sports cannabis.
Oh, God.
I've been smoking sports cannabis all fucking week. I cannot do more than 6 feet in the fucking high jump at all. I can't best 6 feet. I've done 6 feet since grade 8.
Oh, you're not smoking the creatine kush.
Huh? I did. I smoked Uncle Spliffy's sports weed. I don't know, dude. Still can't.
I got that
fucking-
clenbuterol haze and the creatine kush,
I
yo.
ran up and down 1,000 steps over and over again while smoking 2 fat joints.
Give me that
Worked
full,
for
the
me.
full melt fucking, the full melt D-bowls, man.
All right. Well, here's another big finding. Eh? Big finding is that they've identified a gene that can be used to predict how susceptible a young person is to the mind-altering effects of marijuana.
Ooh.
They found a gene that can be used to predict it.
That is fucking absurd. Come on.
No shit.
There's a gene that dictates susceptibility to the effects of marijuana?
Yep.
Well, that
It,
gene is absent in my... Because I'm completely unsusceptible to the effects of
Yeah.
marijuana.
They say, out of the blue, they say that it is known. It is known that smoking cannabis daily doubles an individual's risk of developing a psychotic disorder. Now, that's it. It is not known. That is not known. That is totally not a fact at all. But at any rate, they said, but it has been difficult to establish who is most vulnerable. You know who's most vulnerable? Babies. Babies are really
No.
vulnerable. And
I would
really
think-
old people. Old people and babies.
I would
are-
think people who
are
have a
vulnerable to
predetermined
everything.
psychotic disorder are prone to this.
What?
I would say people who have a predetermined psychotic disorder or adverse mental disorder are prone to these outbursts when smoking weed, and probably when breathing.
Yeah. These
'Cause
people.
it's just something that they deal with. It's chemical imbalance.
No, that's not what Professor Celia,
Well, I don't-
Celia says.
Well,
He or she or
Celia.
fuck right off.
Celia says, putting yourself repeatedly in a psychotic or paranoid state. This is what we do when we smoke pot, is repeatedly put
Really?
ourselves in a psychotic or paranoid state. Might be one reason why these people go nuts.
Oh, we're all nuts.
No, that's not what she said, but I paraphrase because Celia
Because that's what she was getting at.
is fucking stupid. Right? She also claims that
She can suck a
That-
big fat dick. She's a bitch. Fuck her.
no, female cannabis smokers are
Sorry. It's just they don't really actually research this shit, but they're just so quick to make all of these fucking articles saying that they do. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit. They're talking out their flabbing assholes. It's fucking bullshit. It's all bullshit.
yeah. Don't get her started.
I'm sorry.
I know
I
you
apologize.
You don't apologize. But
That was awesome.
here's something here.
Smoking Puna haze.
Here's-
That's why I'm laughing.
Here's something else to consider given the new findings. Celia says that female cannabis smokers are potentially more susceptible to short-term memory loss than males. Are you fucking kidding
Oh,
me?
wait, I missed that. Could you repeat that?
Eh?
I totally missed that.
She says that female smokers, cannabis smokers, are potentially more susceptible to short-term memory loss than males.
I don't know your
Well.
password.
No. Celia doesn't know that women don't forget anything.
No.
Ever. Doesn't matter. They don't forget anything. Particularly some malfeasance that I might have been involved in. Hey? Ever. No. Silly nonsense. Here's some more nonsense. Fucking listen to this one and wrap your head around it for 1 second. Marijuana smokers are 5 times more likely to develop an alcohol problem.
What? Almost every pothead I know steers so far away from booze, it's crazy.
5
true.
times more likely to develop an alcohol
That is
problem.
so wrong. That is like so wrong.
So, take a look at the scenario now in real terms, in real time, based on actual events.
All right.
One substance, let's say, marijuana, not addictive. Alcohol is addictive. Marijuana somehow causes people to be addicted to the addictive thing. The non-addictive thing is
That's
the
why they
reason
want it
why I'm
sold in
addicted
liquor
to
stores.
the addictive thing.
That's why they want it sold in liquor stores.
Yeah,
For real.
well, there you go. I never thought
Studies
of that.
are in. They want to make people drink more.
That they're just trying to make that association. You go, well, you might as well put it in the liquor store then. If you're going to be 5 times more likely to develop an alcohol problem, that'd be perfect
It's
for
been a
our
secret
business.
agenda since the beginning of Prohibition.
It's fucking like this is insane. This is a PhD,
J-Mac was
associate
totally wise to that
professor
scheme.
at the. This professor comes from, and this is the actual place. It's called the Mailman School of Public Health. The Mailman School of Public Health.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, I imagine they see a lot of different environments, from very clean to
Is
to
that-
dirty to
This is the most
being a mailman.
one of
you're
the
like,
today's
you're not
show.
just in one spot. You're going around all over the place.
I
so
gotta
they would
say
know.
that today's show is filled with outrageous fucking claims of new
Silly
study
claims,
findings.
absurd allegations.
Like, holy cow! Here's
and
the thing too.
such. You get it all here on From Under the Seed Desk.
I was gonna call the show today. Use is not abuse. Fuck use. Right?
I like it. Try saying that
Use
10 times
is
fast,
not
though.
abuse. See, this is the bullshit these health professionals are talking like. Just because you smoke cannabis that you're abusing it. Stop that. That is not the case. Particularly when it becomes legal. It no longer is abuse, it is simply use. Abuse will have to be addressed from some other point of view here to determine that it is in fact. You're going to have to be, well, you're going to have to be like Dana Larson for fuck's sakes. He should be the measure of abuse. Okay? Shouldn't he? The Dana Larson scale. Well, I don't smoke as much as Dana, and you go, okay, well, you're all right then. Hey,
I
have
don't
as-
smoke as much as Dana leaves on his shirt.
Yeah, I don't have as much weed on my clothes as Dana does, but you know.
Dana,
No, you're pretty close.
yeah, Dana rolls up a lot of weed. for
and
sure.
and some people's houses, you see a bit of weed, but that that's got to stop. And here's another thing too. There's stuff going on in Vancouver right now where they're re-examining some of the applications for the dispensaries down at City Hall, pinheads. Their rules are stupid. Nobody fucking really wants to play with you anyway. But I say, how close is the closest convenience store to your school that sells deadly cigarettes and candy? Across from your
Candy.
school, right?
Love candy.
Both things very bad for your children. But at any rate, we do have the courtesy to give a measure of fucking respect to the people who own that convenience store and say, hey, don't sell the smokes to the kids, okay? And they go, sure, we won't do that. So that works out pretty good.
For the
Right?
most part. Some of them dole out singles.
So, of course, kids get stuff. They get everything on the planet in their possession at some point. And I walked around in fucking kindergarten with a pocket full of shotgun shells one time. We just had them. We didn't know what to do with them. Fucking it. But you get stuff. They're gonna. But
you get stuff. Hey, when you're a kid, you get stuff.
You get your hands on stuff. Whatever, man.
Whatever. You're in different situations. You're talking to different people. You get stuff.
and you're gonna go around the corner and get 50 different kinds of weed. I
Hey,
can't
hey,
compete
nobody
with
can.
that,
Hey,
eh?
who can compete with that? Come on already. These guys got blueberry. They got Northern Lights blueberry. They got blueberry haze. They got all this kind of crazy wacko stuff. Who can compete? Whatever.
You get your hands on stuff.
So.
You get your hands on stuff.
My point is that if, with their regulations and this big furor over how far away from a school and each other you need to be, would suggest to me that you do not think that I am responsible enough to do the very same as your shopkeeper convenience store people. And if that's the case, I'll sue your asses. I will fucking sue you for that, because that could not possibly be constitutional. That because I choose marijuana, a legal substance it will be, you tell me that you don't trust me not to sell it to a kid? Before anyone has even sold a fucking gram, you figured out that it's not possible that a kid fucking, right? That's bullshit. Yeah, I'm not prepared to have rules made for the future before you even find out how things are going
I
to go.
personally think kids should have the right to buy weed. Just saying.
I think kids should sell the weed. That
Yeah,
solves
I think
everything.
kids should have the, if you don't
They should
want
make a few
adults
bucks.
selling to minors, then let's sanction some really sound, law-abiding kids to sell to kids. What? They don't exist?
Well,
There's no future leaders, youth future leaders program for kids. There's no none of that. There's no kids that are trusted
Cannabis
in
Achievers Club.
in business and politics and stuff. Of course there is. And you
Weed
can't trust those
achievers.
kids to sell weed to other kids? Of course you
So,
can.
Another friend pointed out to me today too.
Of course
like
you can.
there aren't,
Hey, why not?
like there aren't kids in school
Hands
selling
on
weed. In every school, everywhere, there's kids selling weed. Oh. So then the superintendent of the Vancouver School Board, shut the fuck up, idiot. You can't keep weed out of your fucking school
shut down the
now.
schools. I think.
Yeah, they should
I
shut
think
down
schools should
schools.
be-
Put
should be
that
shut
man
down.
out of business.
Yeah.
Open up school somewhere else. Don't tell him where it is.
Well, I think a school shouldn't be allowed within a certain amount of feet from a school.
From a child.
From a child, yeah.
Yeah, schools should be. What?
$30,000
Yeah,
a
30
year.
grand a year to be. Yeah, you got to pay us to be school superintendent. 30 grand a year, and you got to stay 300 meters away from us at all times. Arbitrary nonsense. Here's another kind of silly story. I don't know. Bill Maher. Everybody knows Bill Maher, stand-up comedian, sit-down guy. Met him on a couple of occasions. Very unusual man. But at any rate,
Surprised me.
he lit up a joint on network television. And there was a little thing on Normal's page about he achieved some sort of milestone recently when he lit up a joint during a humorous monologue on his HBO television show Real Time with Bill Maher. You go, well, yeah. So,
I don't know. I remember.
what?
I remember somebody doing that.
I spark up joints on this show all the
On
time.
CNN.
yeah,
Fuck.
like,
No,
oops.
no, I remember
Whoops.
somebody doing
Here,
that on
quick,
on
pass it
CNN or
over. Like,
something. He wasn't the first guy to do that. That was done by a mainstream media person on CNN in a forum kind of like there was like
oh no, that was a movie.
a panel of people. Might have even been Jack Black.
Might have been. I think I remember
Do
something
you
about
remember that? And that's like fucking 2 years ago.
Now
Get
this
with-
was
get with
this
the times,
was
Bill.
this was written by Keith Stroop from Normal. Actually, he says, "But Al, this was different. Here
No, it
was a
wasn't.
celebrity talk show host on a major network who, in the middle of his monologue on the need to legalize marijuana nationwide, pulled out a joint out of his jacket pocket, lit it, and began toking."
Yep.
You go, what the
Not
fuck?
very original.
Let me introduce you to David Malmo Levine someday.
Yeah.
When he's standing out on a stage throwing fucking 5,000 joints out to the audience, for fuck's sakes, live on TV. Yeah, I appreciate that they think that they're the only people on the planet. But
I guarantee that Bill only now got the okay to do that from his producers. Because Bill's been smoking weed the whole fucking time he had his show. He's been smoking weed, the whole, what was he on Saturday Night Live before that? He didn't smoke any joints on air then because his producers fucking would have shut him down. So his producers probably said, "Hey Bill, we think it'd be a great fucking gag for you to do this and this and this. This is what we want you to do. You
Yeah.
really got to do it. And you know
Think
what?
of the ratings.
Next week you're gonna do it in a dress. And after you do that, we're gonna get you a Disney movie." That's how fucking life works in the real fucking world. Come on. Bill Maher didn't come forward and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna." If it's on major network, it's fucking controlled by the money, and those are the producers.
and who says HBO is a major network?
And they only operate in the interest of the people that
You
are
gotta pay for it,
advertising
for
on their
fuck's
fucking
sakes.
networks.
This
So they
ain't
have to
free
check with
TV.
all of their advertising first to make sure if it's okay if Bill fucking smokes a joint on air. Come on.
Yeah,
I would say it's okay.
Don't be so fucking naive, people.
Keith. Speaking of naivety,
Keith.
That's a new water, eh?
Quite the naive name.
drug companies are whining and dining family physicians. Apparently, it's not uncommon for the pharmaceutical companies like Eli Lilly, for an example, to throw a big dinner at a really nice restaurant for a whole bunch of doctors,
No doubt.
and then talk to them about the particular drug that they'd like them to buy. In this particular story, they were talking about a drug called Cymbalta. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, it's for painkiller. So of course, it's just another antidepressant with a new name. But at any rate, here's the most disturbing thing about it. This goes on a lot. Like there was like 500 of them in Ontario last year alone that every doctor is going to because the physicians are required to attend continuing medical education to keep their license in good standing. They have to attend these things put on by the pharmaceutical companies to stay in good standing in the medical association that they're in. Wow. Wow. Cymbalta will kill you in 10 ways.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
You
Sign
will
me up.
the bleeding from places that you didn't even know it was even possible to bleed from. Everything. Oh yeah, it's fucking horrible.
If you've experienced bleeding from one or more orifices of your body, contact a physician.
What a fucking joke.
So my point is, or will be, I hope, is that don't trust your doctor. Run away from these people. They're not to be trusted. They are not gods. They don't give a fuck about you, even though they've been your doctor your whole life. These people are on a different program than you are. You're concerned about your health. They are not. They
Cha-ching,
don't have time for your health. They don't. How much fucking money went through the Princess Margaret Cancer fucking facility that you paid for? Taxpayer money paid through Health Canada to those fucking goons. Health Canada licensed the person to grow the marijuana down the street. Does that mean that people who have anything to do with Health Canada are not welcome in their cancer facility? Nothing to do with Health Canada. If you get all your money from Health Canada. Use is not abuse. Fuck use. That's all I got to say. I don't know. Sorry, I couldn't come up with a show today.
That's a pretty good one.
That's good. I like it.
165 people watching.
Pass me a ladder, sir.
Hi.
Cool. Could we get 2 more and then 3 stop watching right after that? As soon as we get 2 more, 3 stop watching. See if
That'd
we
be
can get
cool.
it to 165.
Let's try to get that up to 666 next week.
Yeah, fuck the
Come on,
police.
viewers. Just kidding.
Right?
That'll do it.
So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, try to keep 'em honest out there when you're shopping around. Thanks for joining in the chat. We missed you all today. I don't know where you went.
I know, it keeps going black. It's weird.
MacBook.
Yeah,
The black
well,
MacBook.
No, I
you
want
just
the
go.
password.
You
I
just
don't know
go
your
into the
bloody
settings and
password.
you. No, you didn't.
No.
Clearly, you didn't turn it off.
Clearly didn't do it right.
Well, you chatters have a life of your own.
Sorry, chatters.
So-
We can't say bye to you because of Jeremiah.
Yeah, we can. We just can't see it typing. No, it's too late. It's too late, bro.
It's too late. We're done. Okay, good night.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So, yeah, thanks a lot for
Just let it go, Jared. Next
joining
week,
us
man.
today.
Next week.
Next, man, let it
You'll
go,
do
bro.
better
Let it go
next
next
week.
week, man. It's all good.
So,
You'll get
yeah,
it.
thanks
You'll get it
to
one of these
Jer
days,
for getting the chat together here for us. Okay.
There they are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Huh. A lot of fun chatters.
Show.
They all have new names, I think. Do you think? New names? Joyce, that's an old name. Daniel Moore, Silver Lake.
Don't even
Res
know any of
Made
these people.
Genetics. John Maddox. Nice.
Hi, 28
Ganji Goody
dabs.
Anonymous. 28 dabs later.
How you
I had a
feeling?
headache. Professor Ziggy and us. Yeah.
Little bit hungry, eh, bro?
Vic BC Vape Stoner. Nice. Matty Mo, everybody's running through it now. Cool. Silver Lake. Jay Hendricks. Really?
Yeah, he watches the show.
Hendricks is spelled differently, but fuck, it might be. Maybe he's,
Just might be because it
Changed.
says it on the
he
internet.
changed his name to trick us.
Hey, come on, man.
All right.
Oh, dude.
That was fun.
What happened?
Thanks everybody for joining us here in the studio audience too. I'd like to point out that under everybody's seat today is nothing.
What?
I missed that.
Me too.
I wanted to have Oprah under your seat, but eh. Sorry. I'm sorry.
You get a roach and you get a roach. You all get roaches.
Oprah's under every seat.
Sorry, Oprah.
Sorry, Oprah.
Didn't mean to involve you in all of this. But it was my pleasure being here with Al and Kush Queen, as always.
I love being here.
Thanks for having me.
I love being in
And,
between.
We'll be doing our best to be back here next week, same time, same bat channel. Had a pretty good jam night last night, gotta say. If you're in the neighborhood Tuesdays,
Fun, man. It was fun.
we
It was fun
J
stuff.
Mac fucking wrapped her up hard. That was good.
Yep.
And Rose did a really good set
It
too.
was fun stuff.
Al was killing it all night on the bass. All night.
Thank
he
you.
was all fucking whipped up on some Hawaiian.
You know what the
weed
trick
and,
is?
Puna
You
butter.
don't practice. Don't practice. Don't try to learn all of those other songs and stuff. Don't do any of that. Don't do any of that. Just always have a
Just be ready.
couple beats going on in your head. That's the one that goes on in my head
I
most
love
of the
that
time.
one. That's my favorite
And
one.
then I throw just like the odd bass punch in there. And you don't even need to play. You can just do it all in your head. And then when you pick up an instrument, fuck.
There you go. Well,
You heard it.
you heard
Straight
it
from
here
Al's mouth.
first. Yeah. He is such a bass master. Bass master, maybe.
Actually, Master Angler.
We got to stop there.
Master,
Because we all know where it's headed
I'm
from
gonna
there.
stop.
Master Kush?
Yes.
So, yeah, thanks a lot. We will see y'all next week.
I'm a
God
total
willing.
master baser.
I'm Marijuana Man. Peace and pot.